Bob 106 is a country radio station that is serving the Twin Cities, and our niche in the music side of things, obviously we're a country music station with a focus on classic country and songs from a much wider playlist than you would normally hear at other radio stations. We have as many as 2,000 songs in our playlist, with a large percentage of what we play every day from the 80s and 90s up to the current stuff. Johnny Cash to Taylor Swift describes us pretty well. Our studio is here in Ramsey. As we've talked about, our tower, where the signal actually comes from, is in Albertville. That's where the actual signal comes from. So if you draw a circle around Albertville of about 30 to 35 miles, that is your core coverage area for Bob 106.1. We have an AM and an FM here at Bob. Bob FM, Bob 106.1, and WQPM AM 1300. We also have sister stations that currently office out of Forest Lake at 95.9 on the FM dial. That is what we call Spirit 95. And then we have another sister station on the south end of the metro. That's at 107.5. They are a 24-hour Hispanic radio station. And then we have our Albany St. Cloud area stations. I've been on the air here, well, in some, like I say, for some capacity since 1989, June of 1989. I served as the morning show host for quite a few years before we were fortunate enough to bring Chuck and John in. Chuck Knapp and John Engen have been our morning show now for, like I say, over a year and a half, and they've had great success.
Get into their Bentleys and drive out to Winter Park, pick up their playbooks, and look at how we're going to rip apart the Detroit Lions in Detroit this weekend.
Now, I am trusting your word, Mr. Knapp.
Yes, sir.
That they will be in the game on Sunday.
I believe they're going to play this Sunday.
We have our All Request Lunch hosted by Benjamin Ray, who also does evenings here. He comes in early, does the All Request Lunch as part of his workday. And Mark Sprint is our afternoon announcer from 1 to 3. And then Ed Brady, who serves as our afternoon drive announcer, he is on the air from 3 until 7. He is also our host of our very popular Sunday morning gospel show. The advent of HD radio, much like it is in television, there's an HD side to radio. In the old days, it would take up this much bandwidth to run Bob 106.1.
When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
Now, with new technology, they can take this much bandwidth and divide it into 4 radio stations, 4 frequencies. Now there's 106.11, 106.12, 106.13, and 106.14. The sound is crystal clear, very, very bright, sharp sounding to the ear. So if you have an HD receiver, you can listen to Bob 106 in HD on 106.1. Soon you will be able to hear, we're working with a group that wants to bring a Spirit station to our HD side. And we've heard from a number of other multicultural groups who would like to have a radio station. With HD coming in more and more into existence, it just opens up many other avenues for us to grow the business and reach a whole different audience. I think one of the things that surprises people is that we have local ownership. I call it mom and pop type ownership. I mean, we have a small town and a small, perhaps, business feel to a very big radio station and a big signal. And we have the local ownership that allows us to do maybe some things a little differently. Community sponsorships at Bob are a big key and a big part of what we do and who we are. We love getting out in the community. If it's something important to the community, then it's important to us. And we want those types of relationships to continue and expand if at all possible. Obviously, we want to have an impact on the business community, helping people grow their businesses through advertising on Bob 106. It's very affordable to advertise. It's not hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a 30-second spot. It is much, much less than that, and it works. We get great results for people in the area. Your Bob 106 Weather Eye Weather, brought to you this time by A1 Soapcraft in Champlin. Hey, Walt Greasy has been keeping customers in stitches for 40 years at A1 Soapcraft Soap. There's a lot that I really find rewarding and enjoy about my job here. The part that I find most rewarding is getting out meeting the listeners, working with the clients. We had a national concert out at the Medina with Blackhawk, a national country group, and just had so many listeners. We had done it as a cancer fundraiser, and some of the things that we did that left an impression on listeners, and they come up to you and want to shake your hand and just say thank you, and they're emotional about it, and you walk away and you go, wow, we made a difference in that person's life today. And that, to me, you can't get any more rewarding than that.